Welcome back.
Back to
The
the
VanDyke
VanDyke
Show,
episode 9.
episode 9.
A
It's
little
a little
different
different
now,
now.
but we're gonna keep tuning in. Thanks to everybody that supports us, but we'll keep it rocking now. Football starting, college football starts this weekend.
Got solid
NFL's in two
topics.
weeks. Got solid topics. Like we can talk about. Your betters, bro. My when I'm throwing down on this weekend, I'm taking South Carolina lock over North Carolina, and I'm parlay that with plus 21 with Colorado over TCU.
You're
Not
just trying to
over.
lose all our
TCU is
viewers
gonna.
their money. You're just trying to lose our viewers their money because I'm sorry, but I'm taking Drake May over Spencer Rattler 10 out of 10 times. He
We're gonna
transferred
find
from
out.
Oklahoma because he's not that guy.
We're gonna find out. I think he is that guy. He kind of turned around South Carolina a little bit, but we'll find out what happens.
He can't read a defense.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. We'll find
That's
that
like
out
the
for
most.
sure this week.
What's the point of having all the arm talent if you can't read a defense?
I get that, but we got to realize this man was 1 year away from being the number one pick in the draft.
He was.
I think his draft stock's about to go crazy.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not reliable in it. I think he's got great arm talent. I think he's a damn good QB, but can't read a damn defense.
But what have you seen of Drake May that's better than Spencer Rattler?
Everything. Drake
North
May is
Carolina was
that guy.
nothing.
Doesn't
Drake
matter.
May might be another Mitch Trubisky from the same school.
Might be from the same
We're
school.
about to
That's like
find
that,
out.
bro. That's like saying why Justin Fields didn't get drafted because other Ohio State QBs didn't do good.
But that's crazy because they admitted that,
That's what I'm
which is
saying. The same
wild.
thing with C.J. Stroud. Like that blows my mind.
That's wild.
But Caleb Williams might as well sign up for Arizona Cardinals jersey.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be down here pretty shortly.
Oh, for sure.
If he goes to the draft, he doesn't have to. But why are you staying in college? Go get paid. You're getting
I mean,
paid, but you're gonna be
those
Stetson
NIL deals
Bennett.
are crazy.
That is true. They're getting
So
paid big time.
it's not like he's not getting paid because at the NIL deals nowadays, they're insane.
hmm we can keep the topic on the Cardinals. Why you just letting Isaiah Simmons walk for a seventh round pick?
They pretty much just said, "Here's a bag of chips and some pocket lint," because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, not very many seventh round picks even make the roster.
No.
So I don't get it. He wanted to play safety this year. That's what he told the organization. He's gonna be playing linebacker in New York. But you don't draft someone at number 7 and then just let him walk like I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, and if you don't want to keep him there, then let him play this year. At least you have a solid starter. Don't just say see you later.
Yeah, that's
They're tanking for Caleb Williams. But they do have a good chance of getting the number one pick and the number two pick with the Texans and going Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr.,
I
completely
don't
changing the organization.
I don't think the Texans are gonna be as bad as people think. I think teams have way worse rosters.
But the only one that I can really think of is the Colts, and that's all based off Anthony Richardson too. Speaking of
I
the Colts, they're
mean,
trying to get rid of their best player.
yeah. There's, in my opinion, there's some not very great rosters in the league. But at the end of the day, it's the NFL. It's the best athletes in the world. They can
Mhm.
all go out and win on any given Sunday.
The hard thing is with both those teams is they both have a new head coach, first time head coaches in both those
Yep.
organizations.
Yeah.
So
I think
I think
D'Amico
the
Ryans
Texans
is
are
going to be
better.
good. Oh, for
Yeah, I
sure.
do
I think
too.
they have a for sure. I think Tank Dell is a great draft pick.
Oh
I think
yes,
C.J. Stroud's going to turn it around a little bit. He threw a touchdown preseason.
yeah.
So
Nico Collins, that's another good wide receiver.
exactly. So at the end of the day, I think they got fleeced for that first round pick by the
Yes,
Cardinals. But
yes.
I'm excited to see how Paris Johnson does and helps that Cardinals O line. Because
hmm
for ever since the Cardinals have been around, their O line has always been atrocious.
And it's
Even the
crazy because
year
his
they
dad
went to
was
the
on the
NFC
Cardinals too.
Championship. Yeah, exactly. Even when they had Carson Palmer went to the NFC Championship,
hmm
like their O line was never a solid point on that team.
Right. But who do you? The only other team I can really think of that will be subpar is Carolina.
I mean, yeah.
The
I think they're
Raiders.
gonna try to turn that. I was gonna say the Raiders too, but at the end of the day, if you got Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, there's no way you
You're
can't
gonna.
score points.
I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't have 6 wins.
They have stars. I mean, Max Crosby's a top 3 or 4 D end in the league, in my
Oh
opinion.
yes, oh yes.
So I mean, it's not like they don't have talent.
No, that's a good team, but I mean, there's really not that many bad teams. If you really think
No,
about it.
I think the NFL is more competitive than it's been in a while. It's not
Hmm.
like, all right, we're playing Jacksonville. We got a free win this week.
Oh
But
yeah,
we're
no,
playing
that
the
ain't happening
Browns.
no more.
We're
That
playing the
ain't happening
Browns.
either.
Yeah,
Even
it's crazy.
Detroit.
Yep. Even Detroit. I mean, they might win the division.
Same with the Jets.
I mean,
Speaking of the Jets,
Out here in Wisconsin, everyone's a Packers fan, and everyone out
right?
here thinks they're gonna have a great year. But I mean, I think that roster is not very loaded.
It really depends if Jordan Love has learned anything in his years behind Aaron Rodgers. That's what
I
it's going to
mean,
come down to.
but besides, I mean, who's he gonna throw to? I mean, Christian Watson's not a number one. I mean, Aaron Jones, he's also not very. I mean, Aaron Jones is a dog, but
Right?
besides that, there's not very many great people on that roster.
No. I mean, they drafted Jaden Reed. He was all right. I mean, and they still got Christian Watkins. Romeo Dubs is good. They drafted Luke Musgrave. I mean, I think they're kind of in a rebuild, but not going to necessarily say they're in a rebuild.
I think the Packers are kind of in shambles in a way, to be honest. Because I mean, at the end of the day, who stands out on that team that like is a household name besides like Aaron Jones and of course Jordan Love, just because he went first round.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Um, I would have to say I got the Bears more. I mean, after watching what Justin Fields has done with DJ Moore in just a couple preseason games, I think they might make that leap that people are not predicting for another year. I think they're going to be good. Another team I think people are kind of sleeping on. I mean, I picked them to be fourth in their division, but I kind of going to take that back. Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett he's looked really good. I mean, it is preseason, but he went 5 for 5 in all touchdowns.
no, I think so. I think Deontay Johnson is kind of getting underlooked. I think Deontay Johnson's going to be that number one receiver, bunch of
Hmm.
catches, gets in the end zone. 'Cause, I mean, last year he didn't score a touchdown, so I mean he never really. I think it was like a percentage wise, like he didn't score in the red zone. But like I
Hmm.
mean, George Pickens is going to have to get respect too. I mean,
Oh
I don't think
yes,
his routes are very amazing, but if the ball's near him, he's coming down with it.
that's facts, big time.
So I mean,
I've been impressed with him.
for sure. I mean, I agree. I think I might have to put like the Browns at the end of that division or something.
That's
And
exactly what I was gonna say too.
and the Browns have a solid roster. Like they have a really good roster. You have Nick Chubb back there with Deshaun Watson. They
Amari
made a
Cooper,
trade. They went and got Elijah Moore.
Moore.
So I mean, they got a good team.
That's a tough division if you really think about it.
It really is. I think it's
AFC's loaded.
the NFC's kind of weak. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just because the quarterback situations. There's not no
Hmm.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow. That's not in the NFC.
No, it's
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts,
Hurts,
that's
Kirk
it.
Cousins with that
J-
mustache.
Jared Goff. That mustache is
Jared Goff.
atrocious.
Yeah, that thing's looking rough. I mean, he better have that gone by week one, or they're
I mean,
losing based off of that.
he said his wife picks his outfits. She better pick to get that thing gone.
Yes, she needs to figure that out for him because it's not doing him no good out there.
I agree.
I seen today that the Vikings are trying to get Justin Jefferson extended and a new contract before the season starts, and that'd probably be
They
the
should.
smartest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, because that's probably the smartest thing Quessy will do. Because if they wait, the longer they wait, the more expensive he's gonna get. Like I mean, it's
Hmm.
shown. I mean, Patrick Mahomes got his deal kind of early, and then now there's people like Deshaun Watson and just QBs like Jalen Hurts that aren't better than him that are making big bucks.
Right.
So I mean,
I
the
mean, he
market's
did. I mean,
always gonna
yeah,
go up.
it's gonna keep going up. I mean, everything is going up. I mean, I'm just taking the only thing that goes down in the NFL is the Falcon Stadium concession stand prices. That's the only thing that's ever went down around here.
Yeah, that's crazy. You get a full
I
meal,
mean,
bro.
$20. I mean, I just want to go there just for that. You know.
Arthur Blank, man. I'm telling you,
I mean,
I'm not.
he wants to
I mean,
pack
the
the
ticket.
stadium. I don't blame him.
I don't blame either. I mean, Mercedes-Benz Stadium's really nice. I mean,
Yes.
we haven't been good in a while. We got to get people in there somehow.
Yeah, yeah. Make it cheap. Make it cheap, and he did. I mean, I salute that man for that because he's the only one that's really done that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no. I mean, the Falcons have always kind of been a poverty organization, But I mean, I think Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot, I think we're kind of turning it around in a way.
I think so too. Bijan's gonna do good.
I think so. I mean,
Who you guys got week one?
week one, I'm not sure to be honest. I'm not very positive. I've been so busy at fall camp. I've been counting down the days till that's been over. So I understand
Just ready
why.
for
I
the
understand why I
season
see
to
stuff on
start.
social media where college football players had say fall camp got me like because that is a true thing.
You got division game Carolina.
That's what I thought. I was gonna say Carolina, but I didn't want to mess it
I,
up.
I, I thought yeah, I thought it was a division game too.
And then I think we got the Packers week 2.
Yes, you do.
So
And then Detroit week three.
yep. I mean that's a tough 3 games.
2-1.
I think
I
two and
think two
one.
and one.
I think we
We
lose to
should be.
Detroit. Yeah, for sure. And then we got the Bears. No, not the Bears. After that, I don't know. The NFC South is going to be competitive. Jacksonville. So I mean, we'll see. I said we just keep going and hope it doesn't mess up. For me, it says only their recording stopped due to hardware limitations. That's what I'm saying. I think we're fine. I think it's just. Is your recording in the top left blinking? By Riverside? Active
Yeah.
recording, fire quality. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I
Sorry
mean,
about that.
it's yeah, it's definitely a little weird. Again, is your hardware full? I don't think it's your internet either. Oh, you're good. Is it blinking in the top left? It is not.
Hit exposure. It's what's messing it up.
There you go. You're back on.
I'll have to fix that later.
It's
But
all
I
good. I
mean,
mean,
we'll get it figured out. Um, yeah, I do think Atlanta's turning it around.
I think so too. I
I
mean,
mean,
I think the NFC South will be competitive. I mean, it depends what Baker Mayfield's going to do. Are they going to give Bryce Young the start? But I think it's going to come down to either the Saints or the Falcons.
agreed.
I don't think the Saints' schedule is very great, so I think it gives them a little bit of an advantage.
Right.
So I mean, NFL, that's big.
Right, I agree. I mean, I know we got kind of a tough game week one. We got San Diego, Howery, LA. We got the Chargers,
It's
but
San
I think that's
Diego.
winnable.
No, for sure, it's definitely a winnable game. I mean, Miami, it's all going to come down to Tua, man. I mean, if you guys
Yep.
trade for Jonathan Taylor, I think that definitely is more suitable, gives you a better chance.
It gives you
But
a
I
top five
mean,
offense.
no, for sure. If you got Tua, Waddle,
Hill and
Tyreek, and
JT.
Jonathan Taylor all on the same field, you got to
What
stop
do you
one of
do?
them.
I mean, you can't load the box, obviously, because those two are going to
You're going
burn
to
right
get the
by
top
you,
taken off. Yep.
and you can't play too far off, or you're going to give running lanes. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, on it personally, we haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since 2016. Send what they want.
Jay
Get the
Ajayi.
guy there. Pay the guy. Yeah, since JJ, he was our last one. So get him there. I mean, do what you got to do.
I mean, that I think if the Colts end up trading him, I think they'll finish last in their division. I mean, I think Anthony Richardson's going to take a huge leap. I think he's going to show why he was the top. What was he? Third overall pick, fourth
I
overall
think he's
pick,
fourth
fourth
because
overall pick,
Houston
and he's just a freak
traded
of
him.
nature.
Yeah, he's good.
So
He's definitely good. Ohio State plays this week. I mean, we got Indiana. I'm expecting to beat them by at least 30.
35.
It's kind of crazy because Ryan Day has not said who the starter is yet. It's either going to be Kyle McCord, Marvin Harrison's high school boy, or it's going to be Devin Brown, the guy from another high school down here in Phoenix. So
I mean, I'm cool
that's
with
actually
either, to
cool.
be honest.
Yeah.
I think Kyle McCord might get the nod week 1, but I mean, if he's
Hmm.
not going to get it done, Ryan Day is not going to hold back and not
No,
make that change.
he will.
So,
He should have done what Urban Meyer should have done. He should have benched JT Barrett when he
yep,
had the chance and played
yep.
Joe Burrow or Dwayne Haskins a lot earlier.
No, I agree. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know if Joe Burrow was ready at Ohio State, but at the
Yes.
end of the day,
He
you'll
didn't
never know.
fan too. That kind of sucked.
Yep.
I mean, so we got what'd you think of Swamp Kings?
I was just about to ask you that. I mean, I'm on episode 3 right now. I mean, I keep falling
Okay.
asleep with it on at night. My roommates are
Yeah.
getting a little mad. But at the end of the day, I think they leave a lot out. I think they definitely could have added a lot more. But in
Yeah.
all, the documentary, the way they have Urban Meyer in there talking about it and a bunch of the other Gators, I think it's going to be a real good series. And I mean, I feel like they could have added more with the Pouncey twins and stuff like that.
Pouncey twins. Percy Harvin could have talked.
Cam Newton, even.
Hmm.
But I
You,
mean,
you know, I liked it. I mean, it was good. I think it could have been better though.
well, it
It's
definitely could have
crazy.
been better.
It's crazy the year they played Ohio State though that they barely got in. I
Barely.
mean, we almost had an Ohio State Michigan national championship.
Yeah, that would have
We
been,
were one
honestly,
game away.
it would have been the most sold out game in probably history, to be honest. I mean,
They should have did it last year and just had us play Michigan in the first round and let Georgia
yep,
kick the crap out of TCU the first game.
yep. I mean, at the same time, TCU whooped on Michigan. So, I mean, you
That's
can't,
what's weird though. You can't
but
count
then they
nobody
get
out.
blown
So
out.
I think the 12 team is going to be pretty wild. I don't think it's this year. I think it actually starts in 2024. So after the season.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think I'm excited for college football. I mean,
Hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of talented teams out there. I think USC is going to be really slept on. I think Caleb Williams has something to prove, even though that he's going to be the unanimous 1 overall pick. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to go out there, prove that they shouldn't have lost to Utah and stuff in their bowl game last year, and
Right.
should have got it done.
But I mean, their defense is terrible. I mean, San Jose State put up 30 some points on them, so they better figure that out
Yeah.
pronto.
I mean, they did good week 1.
Luckily they're in the Pac-12. So
No, of course.
I mean, who they have to beat? Oregon with Bo Nix, and Washington with Michael Penix.
Bo Nick's been in college since I
I
was in
mean,
6th grade.
yeah. Does Cam Rising beat him again though? I mean, that's man's still there over there in Utah. They lost a lot of
College
people the last couple years to the draft though.
college football is so hard because it's not. I mean, it's not like the NFL when you know like the Chiefs are gonna beat the Colts. Or I mean, last year they lost to them, but
Lost, yeah.
beat someone like the Cardinals. But in college football, it's like there's not as much media, so you really don't know like if there's someone really slept on a really good team. You don't know until they start making a name for themselves.
That's true. I mean, it's all recruiting and who gets up through the recruiting ranks. I mean, Carnell Tate's been killing it at Ohio State, and not a lot of people have heard about him. All they're hearing is Marvin Harrison Jr. and Amir Abuka, but those
Yep,
guys are both going in the first round next year. So,
for sure. I mean,
but
they call it
another
wide
thing is
receiver year.
too, and I think it is. I mean, after Marvin Harrison goes, I don't think it'll be a question. But another thing is there's 100,000+ people in the fans there in college, not like 60, 70 in the NFL where it's mostly the home team unless you're the Chargers because the Chargers never have more fans than the
Philip Rivers'
opposing
kids are
team.
there.
Yeah, that's 11 right there. So, but I mean, college football, it's hard to go in and win on the road. I mean, that's why there is like these 1, 2, 3 seeds. They'll go on the road and they'll lose to an unranked team because it's not easy, especially not in the SEC.
No, the SEC is tough because if you're a team like Alabama, you're going to have a target on your back every single year. I mean, the opposing fans are going to be saying, "We're playing Bama this week. Let's pack it up. Let's get it loud."
Hmm.
And I mean, it makes it hard. I mean, you can't hear a snap count. You can't get your signal from the sideline. I mean, it makes a lot of stuff hard. So I
So
mean,
yeah, I agree. It is tough. I mean, football in general is tough. I mean, anyone can win any day.
for sure. No, for sure. Football's in a 11-man team game, and that's why I like football so much. Every single person has to do their job for it to work out. It's not like basketball when you could just have a LeBron James carry the whole team.
It's that college Wi-Fi now. Now it ain't me. It's all right though.
I think it's you. I think it's you.
I don't know. We'll figure it out for next week for sure.
I'm
But
on
I
the
mean,
Falcon Net
week one,
Wi-Fi.
I feel that. Who you have week one? I mean, opening night's Thursday night. The Chiefs get their ring. You got Detroit coming in. Who do you got?
Honestly, I can never bet against Patrick Mahomes. No
I
matter
get
how
that.
good I think the Lions are going to be, I think that Andy Reid's going to have his team ready to come out. I think they were all offseason, they were preparing what plays they're going to run versus the Lions in the first drive, first 5 drives, and I just think they're going to go out on offense and execute.
Yeah, but Dan Campbell is going to have that team ready to play also.
I mean, he has them ready to play every week. They could be playing a
Mhm.
youth football league, and they'd be ready to
I mean,
play.
they knocked your home state up there out of the playoffs last year, and Aaron Rodgers, he knocked them out of the whole organization.
I don't know for sure. I mean, Packers fans up here kind of disowned Aaron Rodgers, and it's kind of mind-blowing to me.
I mean, he gave them one bowl. I mean, it's crazy that they had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers and won two Super Bowls in like
One,
22
yeah,
years.
that's ridiculous.
That's
It almost
that
proves
makes
you
me
don't
feel
have to have a
a
you
great
don't have to have a
quarterback.
great quarterback to win a Super Bowl. It kind of proves.
It's crazy. He was in the NFC, so he didn't have to beat Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or
Yep,
Big Ben. Hadn't had to beat none of them. He couldn't even beat Kurt Warner or Carson Palmer in the playoffs.
yep.
Cardinals owned them in the playoffs.
I know for sure that was a good game though.
Oh yeah, Larry Fitzgerald almost scored in the first play of overtime.
Yep, long
Long
OT,
run. Hmm.
long run, caught a little screen, a little slant, whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, it was like bubble or something like that, but that's besides the point. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
couldn't even,
college
NFC's
football's
always
here.
kind of been a house.
College
What?
football's here. NFL's here. I mean, both of them's here. I mean, really.
I know for sure. It's definitely gonna be cool to get it started. I mean, football's been a long time awaiting. It's been hard to do these podcasts without big topics. So I mean, the
Hmm.
next few episodes will run a lot more smooth.
Oh yeah, that'd be wild. It would kind of get this all figured out too a little more.
So, how you feel about Trey Lance going to the Cowboys?
I mean, it's crazy because he's on a rookie deal, and
Yep.
you're paying Dak all this money, and then I know it's only a fourth round pick, but now you're gonna be paying your backup quarterback about 20 some million, and he's got 2 years left on his deal. So in those 2 years, is he gonna actually have a chance to prove himself to be like that next quarterback for the Cowboys? Or are they gonna just rely on Dak? But are they just getting that? Are they just trading for him because Dak could get hurt? I mean, the end of the day, I'm not saying he was a bust because I don't really think he's had a fair shot to play. I mean, but why are you trading 3 first round picks for a guy that has only played a year in college when Trevor Lawrence was obviously the number one recruit in high school and Justin Fields was two? They both went to big time Power Five powerhouse programs and put on shows at both of them. I mean, Justin Fields had Trevor Lawrence on the ropes. I mean, him and Chris Olave had one bad pass, miscommunication, and Ohio State's going to the national championship. And that is the best Ohio State team I have ever watched. So no doubt in my mind they were not winning a national championship that year. I mean, we're up 16-0. I mean, yeah, you had a targeting call, you had a missed fumble call, or not, whatever you want to call it. But they had that team on the ropes, and that was a really talented Clemson team also. So how does Justin Fields not the second quarterback drafted is the only thing that I would want to ask that organization.
I don't know. I want to ask all the scouts what makes you want to go get a North Dakota
Dakota State.
State product that's played 1 year. I mean, yeah, he threw what was it, 0 picks or 1 pick or
0 picks. It was 0 picks.
0 picks, 23 touchdowns, I think it was, something like that. But I mean, when you watch Justin Fields duel it out with Trevor Lawrence, not 1 but 2 years, and you really see what he's
Right.
about, and he
Right.
has some, and people question his arm still, but I mean, you could pull up the college film. He has a damn arm. He could put it in there with touch. He could zip it in there if he has to. I think Justin Fields doesn't get the respect he deserves, and I really think he's going to put the Bears and himself on the map this year. I think he just needed some weapons. I mean, Chase Claypool is going to be Chase Claypool. If he's healthy, I think DJ
Hmm.
Moore is really going to help him check it down and allow him to get upfield.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I think Khalil Herbert's a better receiving back than David Montgomery, so I think that'll also
Yes.
help.
Yes, and I mean, DJ Moore got it done with Teddy Bridgewater, Andy Dalton, Sam Darnold,
Don't.
Matt Corral, PJ Walker played
Yeah, I
some
was going to say
games.
PJ
Sam
Walker.
Darnold. I mean, PJ Walker just got cut by the Bears.
I mean, if he didn't take off his helmet after in that Falcons game, he might still be in Carolina.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that
So,
got him. I mean, they still traded up to get who they wanted to draft, but DJ Moore is gonna help Justin Fields take that next leap.
oh for sure.
I mean, they got solid tight ends. You got Cole Kmet, he's been doing good, and they got Robert Tunyon too. So I mean, he's another good tight end.
I think the Bears will be solid. I honestly think it's going to come down to how well their defense performs because
I
I
mean, they
know
got Tremaine Edmonds.
that offense is explosive.
Hmm.
I mean, the defense in the NFL keeps getting harder.
Oh yeah, I mean, just on the penalty wise, you can hardly hit people. You got to change the way you've been playing for the last 15 years. Some people. So I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, I do think Justin Fields takes that leap. But back to the Trey Lance thing, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, who's he gonna get any playing time?
I mean, I don't think he's going to. I think Cooper Rush wasn't the greatest this preseason, so I think they kind of just needed a backup. But I mean, if
Right.
they're gonna go out there and they're gonna say publicly like he's gonna have a chance, I think that's gonna rub Dak Prescott off in the wrong direction. So I mean, I think that he definitely has a chance of playing if Dak Prescott isn't performing.
Right. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's funny Kyle Shanahan say he failed him. Yeah, you did. I mean, you're the one that said you don't run a quarterback on power O's. You run a power O and he breaks his ankle. Second game
Yep.
in. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm happy he did say that because not a lie. But I mean, on the other hand, they just got lucky. Brock 30 is Brock 30.
Yeah, if not, they would be in a terrible
So,
situation, and that
I mean,
organization would honestly be in shambles.
yeah, regardless of how good that team is, the roster.
Yeah, for sure.
But Brock Purdy is, I mean, he does what he's got to do. He goes out there and he performs. So, I mean, good for him for sure.
Definitely. I think it'll definitely turn the organization around in a way. I mean, I'm excited to see what everyone in Dallas does. I want to see Deuce Vaughn. I want to see if he's like that
Oh
guy
yeah.
still. I mean, yeah, he's short, but I think he can get it done.
I mean, I'd rather have Deuce Vaughn than Clyde, and Clyde went in the first round.
I agree.
I think that LSU team was just so loaded they made Clyde look like a
Better than
superstar.
he was. No, for sure. I agree. I mean,
I
bro, you
mean,
got
Jonathan
Justin
Taylor.
Jefferson and Jamar Chase out there. Joe Burrow throwing him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna look good. Sorry, but yeah, that's another big game this week. LSU Florida State.
Yep.
I mean, you got Jaden Daniels second year with uh, Brian Kelly,
Yep.
and then you got Jordan Travis, who's a big Heisman front runner. I mean, he's been down there at Florida State for a couple years. Florida State's been building something with Coach Maddock, so
I mean,
I I think it's gonna be a good game. I mean, the game last year was wild. I mean, went down like
yep.
21-21, like a missed extra point or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I mean, college football is so electric, and then going to bed that night, you wake up knowing that you're gonna have some Sunday morning, good morning football and
oh, it's
fantasy
great.
predictions. It's honestly one of the best weeks in the entire year, in my opinion.
Oh, it's better than Christmas. I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's better when you're a little kid walking out there and seeing what gifts Santa brought you. So yeah, it's nice.
No, it definitely
You got
is.
college game day. So
Waking up on Saturday and Sundays hits 10 times better when it's football season. I mean, even
football
Thursdays
season,
are fun. You don't mind Mondays. You get off a long day of work, school, whatever you got, and you're like, I got some Monday night football on.
football.
So, I
Yeah,
mean, football season definitely, I think,
and we got a big Monday night game to start off the year. I mean, you got A Ron and the Jets
yep,
taking Josh Allen and the Bills. So I
yep.
mean, that's a perfect
Divisional
test.
matchup.
Division game. I think Bryce gonna have a couple sacks.
I think so too. I think Bryce Huff is gonna prove something this year. I mean, He only played what 20% of the defensive snaps this year, but I
Yeah.
mean, I think in even preseason, I mean,
Oh yeah,
he
he
was
had three
out
and a half
there
sacks.
trying to prove something, man.
I mean, his pressure rate was 22% last year, and in preseason it's 18. So the guy knows how to get to the quarterback, get him on the field
Yep.
a little more.
I mean, even second and third down. I mean, first down as a run game. He's not a
Run, yeah,
liability in the run game either by any means.
no.
But he knows how to get to the quarterback, and if the Jets aren't going to utilize it, someone else in the NFL is going to find that man and utilize it.
hmm I mean, they paid the second round tender,
I mean, D
so
D linemen
they
don't
wanted him there.
D linemen don't grow on trees, man.
No,
You're not blessed that big with that quick of a first step.
no. And shout out to that man because he told us on the pod. I mean, everyone's going down this year. Don't matter who it is. So
Yeah,
he ain't lying.
no,
Preseason, he's sacking anyone, so it don't matter.
yeah, he did not care who it was, where it was, what time it was. He was out there getting
No.
sacks.
Tell me when to be there, and I'll be sacking the quarterback. That's pretty much
Pretty
how that went.
much. Yeah, pretty
But yeah,
much.
that's a big game. Who you got?
Honestly, I'm not pleased on the Bills this year. I'm still not sold on them. I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs, which is a crazy take.
Yep.
But I think Josh Allen's kind of going to fall off this year. I think he's going to throw unnecessary interceptions and put his team in a bad situation. And I honestly think Dalvin Cook and Brees Hall are just going to run all over him. Aaron Rodgers is going to take what the defense gives him. And I
hmm
got the Jets like 27 to like 14.
You know, that's crazy you say that about Josh Allen because he did lead the league in interceptions last year.
So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
so not a lot of people
people
would
aren't
think
talking
that.
about that, which blows my mind. I mean, Eli Manning would throw interceptions and people wouldn't leave him alone about it. And then Josh Allen does it after he has a couple good seasons, hasn't even got to the Super Bowl, loses all his big games, and then people just let it go over their head because he's Josh Allen.
Yeah, because he makes spectacular plays, but I mean, it's all about getting there. I mean, I got the Jets too. I think the Jets have to make a point that first
Yep,
game.
they got something to prove.
They don't have no choice. I mean,
Nope.
they have to go out there and win that game. I mean, it's not like they're playing Arizona, for
Yeah,
for
no, not at
instance. I mean,
all.
they're playing
It's
a
the
team that's been legit in the AFC. So
yep for sure.
you go out there and you make a statement. All I know is I hope they're wearing the all black. If they're not wearing the all black the first game, the NFL has failed them.
I mean, I'm excited that the throwbacks are coming back for a lot of teams like Philly and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the Kelly Green are cold.
Yep.
We're talking about throwbacks. Miami needs to get rid of every single jersey they have right now and go strictly to the throwbacks. I don't want to see nothing else besides the throwbacks permanently.
Even their logo, dude, like
Yes, all of it. It looks like a
the old
whale.
logo is way better. It looks like a whale.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
the old
grown
logo
on
has a
me.
football helmet on, bro.
Yeah.
How do you compete with that? The guy's got a helmet on.
Yep. A dolphin with a helmet on, like, come on now. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
Compete.
I wish the whole NFL would damn near go back to throwback uniforms. Reebok knew
Yeah,
what
the
they were doing.
Reeboks, yes, they did. That's what I was about to say. Even the Seattle throwbacks this
Oh
year,
yeah.
I'm excited for those. Those are
Oh for
clean.
sure.
I remember going to a Cardinals game when I was little and they were playing Seattle and they were wearing those. I was like, okay, okay, those are nice.
Speaking of the Cardinals, I mean, they let Isaiah Simmons walk for a sandwich baggie and pocket lint.
Yeah, they did not care about that, man, which makes no sense. I mean, yeah, if you don't want him there, let him play 1 year and let him walk. I mean, at least you have a starter. But I think it's more of a setting a tone to the whole entire roster that if you don't want to be here, then
You're
see you
gone.
later. Like we're trying to build something here,
No, for sure.
and that's what we're working. That's what we're working on.
For sure.
And
I think they got a couple solid people. I think James Conner is going to step up and be a big leader in that organization.
hmm
I think
hmm
Paris Johnson's just going to get off on the right step in that organization. I think they're going to be terrible this year. Worst team in the NFL. But I think when they get Caleb Williams and possibly Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin
next year,
Harrison.
I think that whole organization is going to turn around. I think it's going to bring an excitement to Arizona that hasn't been there since Kyler Murray. And I think people are going to be more excited about Caleb Williams than they were Kyler Murray.
Yeah, and that's crazy to say that because I mean we were at a game 2 years ago. The Cardinals were 7-0. They just beat Houston 7-0. People were going crazy, and Kyler ended up getting hurt. I think he hurt a hammy a couple weeks
Yep.
later, and it
Yep.
just whole organization fell off. I mean, you get rid of your GM, you get rid of your head coach,
Yep.
everyone, whole clean sweep.
No, for sure. I mean,
But yeah,
it's a business. It's definitely a
yeah,
business.
100%. That's all it is.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to be trying to sell as many tickets as possible. They're going to be trying to win as many games as possible, and that's all that matters to the NFL.
Right, right. I know. Next week we can probably go over all the college football games. What happens when my
For sure.
my pick of the week hits. Also, we can talk about all the upcoming games coming up
For sure.
because week one's here, and next week one starts. I mean,
For sure.
Thursday night, people in Kansas City are gonna be getting rowdy, so it's here.
I mean, we could even do the podcast Friday, right after I mean, Chiefs play Thursday. So, I mean, we
Yeah,
could
I'm
talk
down for
about
that.
that. We could talk on Friday. I mean, Friday's kind of an easier day. I get done around, 5 after practice. But, I mean, that's way different. Time zone for you, so it makes it easy.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Whatever works for you, we can figure something out. I mean, your schedule's a little bit busy. Mine's pretty consistent of what I got going on.
No, for sure. So, I mean, it's definitely a little bit different, but it's good to film an episode and put something out there and give some audience something to listen to than nothing,
Yeah, get back rolling. Even though it was kind of a little weird there for a minute, we were kind of frozen, gone, then we're back. But the people that watched will know what happened. But if they shut it off in 10 minutes, no one's gonna know.
No, for sure, for sure.
So, but no, I appreciate you making time.
No, for sure. It's gonna be a weekly thing. You just got to get it all figured out, how to get settled in. I mean, if you play college football, you know fall camp is no joke. It's literally from 7:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night. Go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing
Wake
the
up, do
next
it
day,
again. Yeah.
and your legs hurt more and more every single day. So, I mean, when you see stuff on social media that's like fall camp got me, like, that's a thing. I'm telling you, we're waiting for a team meeting outside the auditorium, and everyone's laying down sleeping. So, I mean,
You gotta get the Z's in when you can. That's for sure.
no, for sure. I mean, definitely college is a different lifestyle. Cafe food is not it. That's all right, but like, when they serve pasta for 12 days straight, you don't want to eat pasta no more.
Now you gotta get them carbs in though.
Nah, for sure. But I mean, it's definitely nice. It's definitely football season is here. So, I mean, you could smell football, man. You could walk outside and be like, "Yeah, it's football season." So,
Oh yeah, as soon as it gets under 40 degrees, it's ready.
under 40 degrees.
Yeah, I mean that's fall. Like you're locked in. Like you gotta have this for the next couple weeks.
It's gonna be under 10 here. So,
Yeah,
that's how you know it's ready up here in Green Bay type deal.
yeah, that's for sure.
But, it's definitely football season. Getting approaching. There's gonna be picks of the week. Who we think's gonna be a good fantasy start, fantasy sit,
Hmm.
and I mean each week's gonna have better topics. It's just got to get it back rolling. Even if it's a 30-minute episode, if it's an hour and 30 minutes episode, it's just got to put something out there each week.
Oh,
So,
100%. But them 30 minutes gonna be packed full. That's for sure.
oh for sure, definitely.
So
So I mean, there's definitely gonna be a bunch of good topics.
yeah,
Right
we're good
now
to
it's
go.
just tough. You don't want us to talk about Kirk Cousins' mustache for 15 minutes. So
Some Viking fans might be happy with that though. You never know.
Vikings fans are delusional.
Yeah, they just need. I mean, hey, I mean they never won a Super Bowl. All right, give them a break.
I'm a Falcons fan. I know how it is. But we're
I know. I
us.
never. I mean, I barely. The only thing I got going for me is an undefeated season. Besides that, I haven't seen playoffs in years.
I mean,
Years.
people can talk as much as they want, but they didn't have to experience the 28-3 that I went through.
Yeah, that's fair. I will totally agree with that, 100%.
But I mean, one last topic. Kenny Pickett is gonna prove something this year.
Oh yes, I think when somebody goes in and they say they walked every incompletion they had last year, that's a statement. Like
Oh, for
you're
sure.
ready to be an NFL quarterback, honestly a franchise guy. You're going
Yep.
in there to change that organization, and I think he's going to. I mean, he's a Pittsburgh guy. He played college there, and I just love the two gloves.
Oh
I
no, for
mean,
sure.
he was like, oh, I'll just wear two gloves. I don't care. My hands are a little small, whatever.
The thing with me is, man, like The football players that are gonna watch their mistakes and not what they did good are gonna be the
Right.
ones that stand out
Yep. 100%. He already said he did all that, so it's showing in the preseason. 5 for 5
for sure.
touchdowns.
And I think Deontay Johnson and George Pickens are gonna be a 1-2 that people aren't ready for. Najee Harris is always gonna be a dog out of the backfield,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
mean they might be in contention to win that division because Mike
Oh
Tomlin
yes.
always has his team coached up.
Never had a losing record. He's been above
Simple as that.
500 in like 20 seasons. That's ridiculous.
He's
I mean, dude, they
he's
still
an
got
underrated coach
I mean, they got Minka on the back end. You still got T.J. Watt is gonna get you 20 sacks.
if he's healthy.
Yes, if he's healthy.
So I mean it's hard to go into Pittsburgh and win.
Oh, 100%.
Terrible
I mean, it was
towels
Heinz
everywhere.
Field. Now they changed the name to some stupid name. I don't think Pittsburgh Steelers fans are really happy about that. But them terrible towels be swinging.
That is a fact, especially in those divisional games when it gets cold, end of the year. So
Got to be able to run the ball.
simple as that, especially in a cold place like that. I think football keeps evolving on the offensive end. The defensive end, it's hard. You got to adapt. But
Right.
I think defense is harder than offense is now.
Yep. 100%. 100%. I mean, they made it harder for the kickers on their PATs.
Exactly.
I just start going for two.
You might as well. I mean, if your kicker's going to miss one each week, you might as well go for two every time.
I mean, you eventually got to go for it again.
I mean, if you could just draw up some fire 2-point conversion plays, might as well.
Yeah.
I
Unless you don't
mean,
have a
like,
good offense, then
no, for
that
sure.
kind of makes it tough. If you're a defensive first team, you better just send kicker out there to make his extra point.
If you got a reliable kicker like Justin Tucker, though, I'm not going for two.
Dude, that man's never missed from 20 to 29 yards
Yeah, I know. I seen
in his
that.
whole career. Clutch.
Yep.
So I guess if he's kicking a 27-yarder for the win, you might as well shut the TV off because your team lost.
Pretty much.
Or your team won if you like the Ravens. That's about it.
Yep. But
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, we got South Carolina, North Carolina. Big game. I think it's the biggest game besides the Florida State LSU game. I think those are the two big games. And I
yeah,
would
for
probably
sure.
take Florida State, honestly. I think Jordan Travis has to make a statement.
Yeah.
So does Jaden Daniels, though. So, that's a tough one to pick. And it's a neutral site.
No, I agree. A neutral site's gonna make it a much more. What's the
It's
word?
going to be fair.
Yeah, fair game.
Mm-hmm. Crowd-wise, yeah.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know who's winning that one. I would love to say Florida State, but I really don't know. That can go either way.
I think LSU's got something to prove this year, man. I really do.
I mean,
think
they
they
beat
want to
Bama
put them
last
back on the
year.
map. Exactly. I think they want to get back on the map because people haven't really been talking about LSU football being competitive in a few years.
Not since Fournette.
Not since Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Fournette and
So
Burrow.
we'll find out.
See what happens.
But
But
till then,
until next time.
till next time, next week. Next week we got episode 10, big double digits.
Double
So
digits. Here we go. We got
so
triple left.
thank you guys for tuning in. We'll get it more figured
So,
out next week.
yeah,
But
we'll see
this
what
is
happens.
the
The
Van
Van
Dyke
Dyke.
Show.
So, next week.
See you guys next week.